Hey everybody, Jamie from the Marine Doctor's YouTube channel, and today I'm at a different location. I am out camping, but I figured you guys would want to see a video anyway, right? Hey, so here it goes. The scenario is this. You just got back from a long weekend with your friends who own a boat, and you had a great time. And you figure it's time that you would like to get in and start boating. So you enter the shop, or you go around, you look around at the places, you check out your Kijiji if you're in Canada, it's Craigslist, I guess, if you're in the United States, or Facebook Marketplace, and you start looking around for a boat. But what do you get? I get this question asked a lot of me throughout the year, and my first go-to is, it's a lot of work. It's not just show up and go boating. If a person has a cabin, so on and so forth, that's a little bit different. But if you've got to get the boat ready every weekend, pull it out to the lake, do your thing and go home, it's a ton of work. So what I like to tell people is start off with maybe $2,500 boat, $5,000 boat, to see how much you're actually going to use it. If it's something that you will find easy to do or use it quite a bit, then you can start to regulate or I guess figure out an amount of money that you'd like to invest, because remember, it's an investment into boating for later on at some point. So let's say, for example, you're going to have the newlywed thing where everything is all great and everything's fantastic for the first while, so we won't actually count that one. Oh, what's this? A quick break. My son camps out here too. That looks like him maybe driving up, or maybe his wife. Anyway, back to the video. So you have to figure out how much you use it outside of the newlywed phase. And so give yourself a couple months with it, or the first year. So when you do buy this boat, you want to buy a boat that is, like I said, inexpensive, but most importantly, inexpensive enough so that you can resell it and get your money back out of it. You definitely don't want to overpay for that boat. So if you're going to dump $30,000 into a boat, typically you won't get the 30 grand out of it within a year. If you buy a $2,500 boat, $2,500 boat is usually just that. That's kind of seems to be the rock bottom of boat for pricing. And if you guys are wondering why I'm puffing, it's not because I'm out of shape. It's my third trip around here in the hills, and I'm just winded, and talking at the same time is catching up to me. So we've established the $2,500 thing. Now, what are you going to look for in a boat? Pontoon boats are fantastic, but it's probably not a good starter, because if anything's going to turn you off boating, it's going to be a pontoon boat, because they're a hell of a lot of work. They're big, they're hard to launch. You can't really do too much by yourself in them. Well, it's probably not all that much fun by yourself either. It's always more fun to go with a couple people, which again would make a pontoon boat a great thing, but it's just not practical for a first boat. What about a runabout? So a runabout is maybe a closed front boat, or even a little tin boat. Tin boat, that would be very easy. You can go out on your own and have a lot of fun in a little tin boat, but it kind of eliminates the water sports. So you can go out fishing and go out and have fun and so on and so forth with that. So maybe you get into that for 2,500 bucks. So runabouts, small utility boats, that would be the aluminum boats, are great. What about moving into open bow boats? I think that usually bumps a person up to, like, well, in our area, as soon as you want to get into something like that, 6 grand. Might be a little bit high, but that almost seems like the rock bottom for those boats too. So if you bought it for 6 grand, you might recover your money if you don't like it. But there's a very good opportunity that you might actually like it. So that's there's always that, right? Where do we move from there? Oh, ski boats, or wakeboard boats, probably out of the question for your first boat. Absolutely. We see those for what, $70,000 and higher. I think we've even seen them for $250,000 now. Just don't. Again, find that little boat that, again, that you can try out and see how easy it is. And don't jump in with both feet at the start. Maybe even find a friend that would want to help you out, so that both you guys can go out together and enjoy together. In case mama says no, or your hubby says no, and never wants to go with you. Actually, one other thing that I wanted to point out here, I probably have multiple things to point out yet, is a lot of people, as their kids grow up, they buy boats. And having a boat when your child is 4, 5, 6, and they grow up, the boat is one thing. That's fantastic. But as your kids start getting older, 13, 14, 15, and they start to pull away from the family, buying a boat's not the answer. That's definitely the wrong time to have purchased that boat. Remember, yeah, you buy it for the family, yes, but you're also buying it for yourself. Because we get a lot of customers that come in and they say, well, you know, the kids are old now and they just have no interest in boating, which is really unfortunate, but it's one of those things that does happen. And I've seen many families try and save their families with boats, and it doesn't work. It might be a 1, 2, 3 weekend thing, and then they lose interest anyway, so it doesn't matter. And then you got to sell it or let it sit there. I guess, another important thing is, if it's out of your budget, don't buy it, because it's always bring out another $1,000, right? Boat. If something goes wrong, you need a contingency. Otherwise, it's just going to sit. When I'm at the shop, again, you hear lots of stories, and I try to help people out as best I can with pricing and so on and so forth. But there's limitations of how much you can help a person. Like, you can't control the price of parts. Well, the cost for me for the price of parts, we can always pass savings along to the customer. But $1,000 is $1,000, right? So bank on getting a $2,500 boat, hold out another $1,000 in case said boat doesn't work. And keep in mind that buying a used boat for $2,500, $6,000, $15,000, $25,000 doesn't necessarily mean it's going to work. Because we've seen this tons. We've seen lots of people purchase boats. They bring them in, they get a pre-buyer's check after they've bought them for some reason. They're doing it all wrong, and the engine's toast. So here's another good tip. If you can record the conversation, yes. If you can snapshot all the ads, yes. If the owner says that the boat's in operating condition and great condition and used it last year and worked fine and all of those kind of things, have a record of that. Because if you purchase that boat and it doesn't work, you can actually go to small claims court, and then you've got evidence that this boat was actually supposed to be working, and you've got a better chance of getting any of your money back. So that's really important to do. Oh, got some people coming up. Good morning.
How are you?
Good, how are you guys?
Good.
Oh, so where were we? We were talking, well, with the small claims thing. We never want to get there, but some people do get there. And I've had to write up invoices and so on and so forth, directing that previous work that they state was done was never done. Paint on the bolts, things like that. There's old gaskets that weren't removed when they come in and say, well, it's got a brand new power head on it, or a rebuilt power head. Well, it could have had it maybe 9 years ago, but it's not new now. But anyway, I'm back to my campsite, so I'm going to call her quits, and I would imagine that the wind now is picked up a little bit, might be screwing up the audio. So anyway, like these, or check out these videos up here, and I'll see you guys next time.